behavior of CASB really is equal to somebody taking a file from a premise-bound location and sending it up to one of many different clouds, like Dropbox, or what are some other ones? OneDrive,
SharePoint,
so forth.
Box, yeah.
Right. And the challenges are associated with, I assume, tracking that data, knowing what's out there. The practical application of this technology is really what?
Yeah, so you're spot on. It's about the movement of data into these repositories that no longer live inside the perimeter. Okay,
Right.
so IT doesn't have direct visibility where they can go over and they can hug that server.
Right.
It's all up in cloud space. So there's multiple things to consider there. One, it's the file movement, what's in that file, where is it going? Okay, beyond just the application, is it going to the right instance of that application?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of powerful too, because you can not only track where your files go, whoever's touching them, and limit the access of that file as well.
Correct.
Tell me how that works.
So there's things that we can do. We can look at things like sharing disposition to make sure that things aren't being shared publicly, or restrict who externally they're being shared with.
Right.
The other element to consider is that most cloud applications today leverage other applications inside it. Take Salesforce, for example. If you're uploading content into a Salesforce environment, Salesforce can also be piggybacked into Exactly and ZoomInfo and all these different other applications that exist inside that same space.
Right.
So what you've got now is you don't have a user sending information to a repository. Now you've got one cloud app moving it to a different cloud app to a different cloud app. So you don't have the user in between. We have to be able to see that file movement and understand where it's going, what applications are now consuming it, and its sensitivity and the risk that application poses based on that piece of information that's now there. So we're able to look at that, evaluate that application, present the operators with, here's the risk associated with that. The other thing that we're doing too is tying in user behavioral analytics. Okay. For example, a user on a daily basis uploads 10 megs of information on a regular basis. Then all of a sudden there's a huge consumption that takes place, and what we'll do is we'll trigger that as an anomaly, because that user is doing something that is atypical of their behavior.
Right.
And maybe it's because there's a compromise to that device. Maybe it's because the user is doing something, like a common thing that we see is someone's getting ready to leave an organization, so they just start pulling down data, white papers and competitive information, contact information, and they move it to a different repository or a personal email account. So we're able to see that as well. So things that aren't necessarily posing a data exfiltration risk to the organization, but is certainly information that the administrators and the immediate response people want to know about and then be able to build policy against.